Hi, welcome to Professor Kev Show. As you can see, I got my buddy Navadeep with us from National Cybersecurity High School Association. Easy for me to say. Good afternoon, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Just living the dream, my friend. So before we talk about the idea, tell me a little bit about yourself. What should I know about you?
Sure. So my name is Navadeep Budda. I'm a senior at Lambert High School from Suwanee, Georgia, and I have a ton of passions, but one of my biggest interests is running. I'm a member of my school's cross country and track and field teams, and I love debate. I love talking to people. I love meeting new people, love solving big problems, and I love coding.
I laugh because I like to run, but I'm old and
Mhm.
slow. So in my college students, I'm like, how fast do you run? Like, well, I can run a like 5, 6 minute mile. I'm like, I could do like a 12. So I can catch you, you can do two and we'll get caught up and stuff. So it's always like the class joke and stuff. So talk to me a little bit about National Cybersecurity High School Association. That's not something I picture a lot of high school kids even knowing what it is, to be honest.
Sure. So the National Cybersecurity High School Association was something I created after starting the cybersecurity club at my own school. I really didn't come from a background in cybersecurity, but I did come from a background in computer science. And after joining an organization that I'm in called Skills USA and competing in a cybersecurity competition within the organization, I realized that cybersecurity is such an interesting field where you're able to actually dive deep into a subject and help other people through like solving vulnerabilities. So I started the national organization when I realized that there was no actual coalition of all the high school cybersecurity chapters, and there was no way for them to actually communicate and solve problems together.
So tell me, what are you doing to help solve this problem, help educate people?
Sure. So the National Cybersecurity High School Association, we do a couple of things. The first thing is that we provide resources for schools to start their own cybersecurity clubs. So we provide resources such as like a charter for them to um yeah, like a charter.
Oh,
We provide officer guidelines. We provide resources for them to educate their students. And the other main part of it is political advocacy. There are a lot of issues that come from high schoolers not having adequate representation within cybersecurity policy that will end up impacting us in the future. And it helps us have a say.
I want to go backwards for a minute because I'm still fascinated that you care about this.
Uh-huh.
You're the first person your age that's ever mentioned cybersecurity. I mean, to me, it's a fascinating topic, I agree, but what caught your attention? What made you want to learn more about this?
Sure. So I think what originally caught my interest was when I was competing at the national leadership and skills conference for Skills USA in the cybersecurity competition. I got to meet a ton of people who were extremely interested and good with cybersecurity concepts, and it really blew my mind how important it is in many how important it is for our lives. And it also came into play when I started volunteering for Congressman Sanford Bishop, who is a national congressman. And I started seeing how deeply integrated cybersecurity is into different policy decisions and how bad cybersecurity policy will have really negative impacts on our lives if it's not done correctly.
It's interesting because as a small business owner, it's a concern because we often don't know about it. We don't have a big budget. And it's easy to dismiss it like, bud, I'm a small business owner. No one's coming from me. You think they're going for the big companies, but actually, small business owners are a very easy target. So have you delved into that a little bit?
Oh, 100%. So, I think the biggest area that, like, for that specific problem that I've delved into it was through AP research. Within AP research, I'm doing my research project for the class on um, how cybersecurity policy briefs, are used in local municipalities. And within this, like, within the literature review part of this process, I learned a lot about how it impacts small business owners, how it impacts, local governments, and like a lot of findings it comes over and over again on how these small businesses really don't have adequate cybersecurity practices, and like they think that hackers won't come for them, but they do, and it ends up being very, very devastating.
But also, I see it with individuals.
Mhm.
We're getting this random text message, you just want to fill in the blank, and like, sweet, I need a new iPhone. Click, and next thing you know, they just emptied out your bank account. So are you dealing with that level at all?
So in terms of really like learning a lot about that level, not really, but I do think that it is a big problem, especially for the elderly, especially for people with AI, deep fakes, all of that kind of stuff starting to come into sphere. It is a concerning area of research that needs to be worked on.
So obviously, this is a topic you have a lot of passion about. What's the future hold? What are you hoping to be able to accomplish by starting these associations?
Yeah, so I guess in the short term, for the current state of the organization, we're trying to provide policy briefs for the 2026 Insured Cybersecurity Act. So we're trying to get our voices heard, try to make changes in the policy because the act is being renewed from the 2016 version, and we want to make sure that it is strong for today's digital atmosphere. Even further in the future, we want to continue making political change. I want to make sure I
Mhm.
hand off the organization to someone who is good, who, once I go down to college, hand it off to someone in high school who can continue the legacy and make sure the impact is greater than I can imagine.
Now, if someone wants to learn more, maybe start their own association, what's the best way for them to reach out to you? How can they learn more?
Yeah, so I think the best way to reach out is on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is Navadeep Budda. You can also reach out to me on navdeep.budda@gmail.com. Email me there. Um, Yeah, but those are two great ways to reach out to you and reach out to me. And I would love to help out anybody with starting their own organization or learn more about cybersecurity.
Awesome. I appreciate you a few minutes calling the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Yep, thank you so much.